Good morning, everyone, and welcome. Before we start, we have a disclosure. Please be aware of risk in the future trading. All our videos are for educational purpose only. You're very welcome to follow any of our automated signal as long as you are at your own risk. Before I cover here what's going on the signal automated to trade, I want to caution everyone. The market is extremely mixed. As we see, we had the ES. This is the symmetry, and this is really funny because if we look at the Russell is taking a long trade now, is breaking even on the automated. This is a new auto trade we have not released. We are releasing this one very soon. So as we see, we have a long trade on the Russell, but at the same time, the ES has been for that on that trade for quite time right now, and we will see how things working on it. And it is a really extreme mixed market today, so we better be careful how we are approaching the market. A few minutes ago, the market was very nice on the long side, and all of a sudden, if we see a few minutes ago, if we look at the 1 minute ES, and it was everything going smooth, and at 9:46 exactly, the market took one drop right there from 3307, and it dropped all the way to the 3303, and now it is like trying to recover, which we have hit the target on the Nasdaq long time ago and the ES. And when the if we look at the chart, where are the bars, we already closed the trade on the hit the target, and once it hit the target, it fell immediately. If you can see, here was the entry at 3305. Target, the system estimated 3380, 330850, hit the target, and immediate drop after it hit the target. On the Nasdaq, we were above the target, as you see, and now we are going above the target again. And it was a sudden drop, and then also the YM just change direction and taking a short trade, and I doubt it if it's gonna go anywhere with the YM trade. However, on the Russell CL, let me show you on the CL, and the Russell already has hit the target, and the auto trade. The auto trade take the trade from the entry and it exit at the target. Very simple. And on the CL, it was much more than 68 point, and it hit the target. And we will explain what's going on in the market very soon. And the Russell hit the market as well, above the target. How the system now, we have a new signal that says buy on the 30-year Treasury bond from the market analyzer. This mean is going to push the market down. When the 30-year Treasury bond going up, this mean the ES, Nasdaq, Dow Jones, they're gonna go down. And that's why it is very nice to keep your eye on the market analyzer to understand what's going on in the market. For the ones that just join us, this is one system, one different automated to trade. On the left upper corner, it is a market analyzer. As an example, you have a Nasdaq give you a signal, and it is an automated trade. You can use a full automated, or you can use an ATM or an ATM strategy. And it was 9099 as an entry, target 910850. Right now we are 51 ticks into the profit based on one contract. And if we take as an example a CL, it was a buy at 57.74, target 58.35, and it is 70 ticks. This is based on one contract and a target hit. On this one here, the scalper, because right now this market is getting a little bit mixed, and will come to trade and nothing we can do about it. And the scalper also, it is based on a 15 second actually, and you can pick up the signal from the sell and the buy on the signal, and it's the same thing. It's fully automated. If we let me try to find an ES. What is an ES? Okay, here is the ES. If we look at the ES now, the automated trade took that trade on the ES. And if we look, what we do, we just use fibs, to look where. And as you see here, the entry on the ES, it was 3304.25. On the scalper is the target 3375, and this is exactly where it is going. And it is extremely mixed market at the moment, so you gotta be careful. We're gonna take another example. If we see the Russell on the scalper, you can see where the Russell entry, here is a Russell sale 17049, and a 1702 is the target, and that is exactly what's going on. I prefer to use an ATM because what we have done with this system here, the system by itself, if the market is trending, is going to increase the target. It's not a fixed base target, it's going to increase the target. So this is a really another things it is really important when the market is in a mixed, and there is nothing called I trade Nasdaq or ES or Dow Jones or whatever. Most of the time, like as you see now, we are on the same trade now for quite time, and the market is not going anywhere. And for a trader trying to earn his bread on a daily basis, beside the amateur traders, when the market on the ES, as you see here from the market analyzer, that we have a long entry on the left upper corner, we have a left buy entry on an ES, we have a buy entry on the Nasdaq, and we have a sell entry on the YM. So there is something wrong in there. But when the market is mixed, is always what we have find out. A trader can refuge to the CL, and if we look at the pattern today, how the CL has been taking the trades, and actually it was only one losing trade all day long on the CL. And for some reason, when the ES and Nasdaq Dow Jones, they are a little bit chopped, you can always go on the ES, on the CL, and there is always trending. I'm sorry, there is two losing trade on the CL here. It's not just one. There is two losing trade on the CL, and now it is climbing to get. We broke even. Once we break even, we don't care how the system. We are in the free ride. After we break even, we are on a free ride, and we don't care what is going on anymore. So this is a really very important. We are about to close one trade, and we are going to, there we go, we closed one trade, and now we are going on the third trade and the fourth trade. And the way we have done it is once you take one trade is 100 take, and it is good to it don't seem like the ES, for the ES trader, if we look on the ES, there is a lot of resistance area here, as you see, and that is not gonna really gonna give us a very smooth ride on the ES, and most likely your ES is gonna close position There we go, look. But it is a break even, so I don't care. And this is something I'm very happy about. If we notice how much distance between from that trade to that trade, and we are about to close that trade. So let's look at the CL. We're still missing one tick. And then we close position. Let's look at the Nasdaq. Already a broke position. We have four contract and already uh, broke even on the Nasdaq. So this is very nice, and we don't care what's going on that trade. And this is the whole idea. You just need to catch one trend, and you can take one contract, you can take two contract, you can take three contract, or you can use the micro account and take the four contracts on as you like. Let's go back. We don't have any more trade except the CL and the Nasdaq. Okay, we still have two trade on the CL. So I mean, you don't have to trade the Nasdaq, ESCL, everything if you don't have the right amount of money. But what you can do, you can trade micro account for contract on a Nasdaq, a micro account on the YM for contract if you like, or one contract or two contract, or if you want to split it to eight contracts, it's up to you. And then so there is for the guy who has money, he can go straight on a real Nasdaq and a mini Nasdaq or a mini ES, or or if you just wanted a micro account, you can deal with the micro account. There is no big deal. So let's go back on the ECL to see where we are. It is extreme mixed market today, and this is where most of the traders they start lose money on a day if you don't spot it, even if you have an auto trade. When you see the auto trade is struggling to hit the four targets when the market is not trending, and you nail the two out of four or something, and you have like $300-400 left out on the table, I don't know, I will cash in and maybe wait 15 minutes and then start all over again if you want to. I don't know. But this is how it works. I mean, we cannot win it all the time. And this is not going to happen. We're going to have some rough days. And we're going to have some nice, smooth days. But nevertheless, we it is an extreme accuracy on those entries. And I don't think so you can even trade it like this manually. So we will cover that as well. One of the things also, the one I was showing you from the scalper, why I like to use an ATM, I don't like to use a fully automated on the signal. If you notice how the system increased the targets itself, you see, and this way, this is the scalping coming from the market analyzer. This is one auto trade. This one is a total different automated trade. This one here is a base on the signal, and as you see, when the market trending, the auto trade extend the target by itself, and when the market is not trending, the auto trade does not extend the target. So on this one here, I like the ATM because I can increase the trade if I want to. We made sure we can do that. Or if you want to go back to it, you can go back to it, and it's not going to affect your trade. And then if you wanted to just close your trade, you can increase your trailing stop, and you will not just walk away with nothing. You just walk away maybe with 150 and or 200 and okay, there we go. We close this one here on the Nasdaq because it's not moving, and we still have the CL. Okay, took another trade on the CL, and now we are waiting on uh, the the third and the fourth trade. And if the CL did go back to the 58.42 is okay. We walked away with a little over $500 on that trade. Nothing wrong with it. So either direction, we got it okay. This is the new auto trade, and you can use it on a tick, or you can use it on minutes if you want to, and they both are extremely good. For the gold lover, this is the scalping on the gold, and now it is going. You can use any instruments you want, and as we see, the secret about auto trading is not auto trading all day long. Once you catch a trend, you cash in and you put it behind and walk away from the table. This is my own opinion. After 28 years, I find out I've been around the auto trades for almost 10 years. I still prefer manual trade, but for the ones who prefer auto trade, is very fine. But with auto trading, I prefer if you're not in charge with your trades and you are at the mercy of that auto trade, whatever that auto trade is the best performance you can get on any. Okay, now we have the ES start taking a trade. It is the best way to do that is to catch a trend. Like minutes ago, we had over 280 ticks on the market analyzer based on one contract, and when the market turned around, it dropped from 280 ticks to 70 ticks. So what I'm trying to say, you cannot keep trading, especially when you are on an auto trade and you have no knowledge of the market. This is a disaster if you cannot recognize when the market start getting, uh, you know, start getting hit or start slowing down, one of the things with an auto trade you need to require movement in the market, and if there is no movement in the market, uh, you're not uh, you're not gonna get anywhere, honestly, because it requires movement. So if we take an example with the gold, because the gold is moving, whether you are auto trading or you are scalping, which the scalp turn now because it extend the target, the scalp now extend the target by itself. So if we, this one here, this chart is one new auto trade we are working and delivering it very soon. And this one here, our traders have it in their hands at the moment. So if we notice here, it is almost, this is a two contract and it is 430. And this one here is a three contract and 330. So that tells you that when the market is moving, this is where you start earning your money. And one of the biggest question is how much I should be making, which a lot of questions comes in. How much you think I should be making with an ES tomorrow? I don't know. The reason I don't know, if the market is moving, I have no idea how many points the ES is going to move tomorrow, or a day after tomorrow, or on Monday. I have no idea if the Nasdaq gonna move 100 take, 200 take, 300 take. I have no idea, and nobody knows. So you ask yourself a question: how much you gonna be making tomorrow? Money? I don't know. How much you're gonna be making or losing money on Monday? And this is a very frequent question. How much you think I can make on an ES next month? I don't know. I don't know, because I don't know if this market moving or not. If the market not moving, where are you gonna get your ticks from for the auto trade? To there we go. This one here we closed it, and now there is another trade that we are about to close, 240, and this is all scalping coming from that market analyzer on the red. This is another $300. Let's take this one out of the way. And this is another whatever it's gonna give us. And this one here is the ES, whatever it's going to give us. So how much we gonna get? It is depends on the market. The auto trades are extremely trading exactly, especially that system here. Trading like a professional trader has been around for 20 years. Do we get whipsaw? Yes, we do. Do we get flat? Yes, we do. Do we have bad days? Yes, we do. It's not just honeymooning all day long. It's not. So it all depends on the market movement. Of course, you have to have a good auto trade. This is the ES trade, the one we were showing. As you see, this is where the symmetry took the trade, and we were watching it. As you see, it came in and it hit a beautiful trade, a break even, and the market it just turn around hard. I mean, look at this. This is a V shape. You hardly see V shapes anymore, or an M shape or a W shapes. You don't see that after the internet market and all this. The market has smoothed out a lot. I mean, before on the ES, when we were trading the big ES, not even the E-mini, no matter what you do, you have movement in the market. Now, because of the internet for the last few years, the market has, the prices has been ironed a lot. So you don't see too much V shape, M shape. You don't see those anymore. And the prices smooth out a lot because of the internet trading. So, so again, if you are auto trading, is all first you have to have an auto trade can trade on minutes. If you don't have an auto trade, can trade on minutes, just forget it. You're wasting your time. Not on a Renko bar, because Renko bar gives you fake results, and we have covered that a lot. And a Renko bar or a range no gap or Hakanachi is always, even on an NT8 1 minute Hakanachi, is giving you fake results. The only time you can test your auto trade when it is on a minute, and this way you can see the performance. If we take a Renko bar, I can show you performance. It is unbelievable performance. It goes from 0 to 100 immediately. But then when you put the system on 1 minute, it collapses. Why? Because it's not the 1 minute, it gives the reality. And as we see also what we have done on this new auto trade, we have made some entries are extremely for an advanced trader. And let me show you. This is one type of an entry. This is the first trade, by the way. Okay. If we look from the market analyzer on the ES, this is the first trade on the ES. Okay, because I just started them half an hour ago, and we have a hit on the YM 115. The Nasdaq didn't do well, only 130, broke even, because the market is a chop. That kind of entry does not require any optimization, or does not require back testing, forward testing, and you can use a ticks or you can use a minutes on it. You can use 135 ticks or 150 ticks, or you can use 1 minute, or if you want to. There is nothing else you can use on it, And this one here has been very consistent. As we see right now, we are those auto trades, they've been running for an hour today. I was away today, so I didn't start early. And as we see from that entry, you already nailed 2,400 on those trades. And what really saved us today, and this is very important to recognize that, why it is 2,300. The ES, this is the first trade on the ES, and what really saved us is the Russell catch a trend today, and the CL catch a trend. But if we look at the YM, went banana, went south, and Nasdaq barely making it. So we've been testing them constantly. Those this is a new auto trade. And if we look on the CL, okay, already hit the target. This one here, this is where the day started on that one. And if we look today, has not even lost one trade. This is all day long has not, but we started right there around 8 o'clock and took those trades and done 1,260. I don't know if you can read it. It is 1,260. Then we had a beautiful run. Okay, this one also, we hit the target, and we have a beautiful run. Look at this, non-stop, making money, and then because it was trending, and that's why they are immediate. So here's the question: is it a bad auto trade because today we are down on the YM 150 ticks? No, it's not. What happened? It took a bad trade. It was much lower, and then when the market started trending, bang! It took it and almost broke even on that one. So it does not mean if in 1 hour we nailed $3,000 on 2 instruments, and we are down $115 on the YM, and we are, because of this market is not moving, and the ES is going a plus and minus all day long. When the trade stay very long time, override any auto trade and force it to close position. You should not be sitting on a trade for over 30 minutes and the auto trade or that market is not going anywhere. It's just sitting a flat plus minus. This is the timing is going to go against you. As you see here, I have not done anything to it. I didn't want to interfere, but close it. Look how long it's been. Close it, and let it has not been doing anything, and refresh it, and let it take a trade, and that's it. And refresh it. That's it, and let it start all over again. And better than to sit down and wasting your time and your money on it. So this is where in 1 hour we walked away with a couple $1,000. We're gonna have a plus minus. That's very fine. Today you had a run on the CL. You nailed immediately 1,200. You had the Russell ran. If you look on the Monday video, is on the YouTube, the Russell was hit on Monday and lost money on both of sides, on the symmetry and that entry, the scalpers entry, both of them, the Russell lost money on Monday. And today the Russell just immediately recovered from Monday, and it was on the plus 1,260. So it is not about, of course, you have to have a good auto trade. Not any auto trade will work. This is also a nightmare to find an auto trade you are very comfortable with. But in the same time, if that auto trade does not work on minute, don't even waste a minute on that auto trade. If you cannot show results on minutes, you might lose today, you might win tomorrow, as long as there is a stability. The most questions we get, how much you think if I have $5,000, how much I will make after 1 month? Honestly, I have no idea. Why? Because on a day like this, if we are looking, the market is totally untradable, even for a manual trade. I will not right now take any trade manually on the ES, neither the NASDAQ, neither the YM, because the market is getting through a lot of chop. Let me show you something. There is a huge support area on the NASDAQ in here. I mean, we teach for 2 years on the YouTube how to look at the market, and I don't feel like keep going with this. And then we have a heavy resistance on the top. And the NASDAQ is going to drive you crazy between 9107 and 9102. If we look little bit, you can see how this NASDAQ is not going anywhere, and it got stuck on the support area at 9102.50 and is getting rejected from 9108 level. So this is an immediate impact. It's not going anywhere. By ignoring that problem and just auto trading, this is not going to happen. It is not going to happen. So we need to wait probably another 15 minutes before we start seeing movement on the NASDAQ, until those big boys decide which direction they want to take the NASDAQ, and then your auto trade is going to nail that trade. But when the market is stuck in here, so the NASDAQ has not moved any tick, you are on a zero, you are on an idle here, and there is no ticks to be made. Where you want that auto trade to earn your money from, and there is nothing. So I don't know tomorrow, Friday, if it's the NASDAQ gonna be stuck between the channel, or it's gonna go straight out like what happened today on the CL or the Russell today on this one here, and go immediately close on $1,000 trade and get it over with. So you cannot end the trade and say, If I put $5,000 in the market, I'm expecting 10% every day, non-stop. Because today, if this market is moving, believe me or not, when you are auto trading, there is a good possibility to earn 100%. And when the market is not moving, you're not going to get anything out of it. You're going to walk away with nothing. As an example, this market right now is not moving. And as you see, the only thing is running right now is the scalpers. Even the scalpers are struggling. Let me try to find the NASDAQ and show you that this NASDAQ, because now we explain how it's going on with the NASDAQ, and the NASDAQ is not going anywhere. It came in, is getting stuck on the support area, and if we're not looking at it, we don't understand what is the problem. And look, it's going back and forth, and it's not doing anything. We're sitting on idle. It's going to go back right now to the first support line, second support, and there is a heavy support area around 902.75. This is exactly what it is. It's right there. It's right there. So this trade here is going to stay forever, and it's going to stay for 15, 20 minutes, and it's not doing anything. You're just sitting plus 50, minus 50, plus 50, minus 50. So for me on that trade, I prefer to close it than to get in trouble. Now, I understand when a guy is on auto trading, don't like to touch anything, don't like to be any stress created. I understand that. But it's a matter of time we need to get involved sometimes to say, you know what, I've been on those $30, $40. I don't need a brilliant guy to look at saying, you know what, I've been on that $40 for half an hour. I will find the best exit and exit it, go grab myself a cup of coffee, stay away for 5-10 minutes from trading, coming back, and maybe this market start losing up a little bit and start moving. Once this market start moving, your auto trade is gonna nail it. Once this market start generating ticks, and then it's gonna brief your auto trade with ticks. But when there is no ticks moving, you know, where you want that auto trade to earn your money. So it is not just a refuge to auto trade and close our eyes, and we are expecting everything to go smooth. Sometimes you get to trouble, and you have to understand that today we need to stop a little bit for 10, 15 minutes. I've been sitting on that trade for 20 minutes. It's not doing anything. And I will go ahead and wait till this market loosen up a little bit, and then I will activate my live account and start trading. It is very important also to stay tight. Look, guys, I say it the way it is. Really, honestly, this is not a sell talk. I say it the way it is. If you're not making your money from 9 to 12, you're not going to be making it in the afternoon. You're just taking a high risk, and you're going to be getting in a lot of trouble. I strongly advise you to start your auto trade around 8:30, 9 o'clock. Once you hit your daily target, it is very important. If you have a $5,000 account, and let's say you want to go on that kind of trading, you can use a micro account on ES, NASDAQ, Dow Jones, and whatever you can grab out of it, you grab out of it. And look, this is another example. Now the YM used to be short, and now it give us a new signal, and it start going up. The minute the market start going up, the auto trade start chewing the ticks. But when there is no movement, and now it is a break even, so I don't care. That's what I like. Catching the trend, break even. So if the market, look at this, immediately the market, after it start going up, the market start going the opposite direction, and you have no control. But at least we did not lose a trade out of it. We nailed some money out of it. We nailed around $300 out of that trade, and now we are waiting for a new trade, and that's how it is. This is how it is. Let's look at the NASDAQ. On that trade on the NASDAQ, we had long, we broke even a few minutes ago, and now we broke even on that NASDAQ. So I'm relaxed. So if this market go in the opposite direction and close, I'm not losing any money. I'm on a free ride on here. But here, what you need to look out when you are doing an auto trading, the way we have it on a 4 contract is 100 tick. If you are on 2 contracts, 50 ticks, okay? If you are on 1 contract, 25 ticks. 2 contract, 50 ticks, whether it's a CL, a NASDAQ, Dow Jones, do it this way. As you see here, we have a 4 contract right now, and this one here is a little over 100 tick. If I can catch the trend on those, even if the auto trade can cash in half of this way, I'm walking away with the NASDAQ $1,000. Okay? And if this market did not go all the way down, I'm catching $400, $500 on that trade because of this chop in the market. So should I poke the market again and put my fingers in the fire again? As you see here, I might walk away with $1,000 here, or I might walk away with $400. All right? Does not mean if I walk away with $400, does mean I need to go ahead and now the market is start taking the opposite direction. Does not mean I need to keep trading. The market is extremely chopped, and every time the market is going one direction, is dropping immediately to the opposite direction. So there is a high risk trading today from 9 to 12. There is a high risk trading, and I cashed in $500 on the NASDAQ. Why I need to stay trading for today? You're done. Close your computer. Do something else with your life. Sitting on the computer, I don't know if this trade, honestly, I don't know if this trade is going to make $1,000 or it's going to go south and it's going to make me lose the $500 or the $400 I made previously. You have to understand enough is enough. You have to understand you cannot sit on a blackjack table and winning every time you play. So this is I'm honest to God, I'm trying to put some common sense in those traders. They are really very aggressive and they wanted to trade 24/7. You cannot do that. You will never able to do that. Not today, not tomorrow, not in your lifetime. I'm not trying to break you down here. I'm not trying to. But there is no trader on this earth, whether you are a manual trader or a hand trader, automated trader, you cannot sit on a blackjack table making money all day long. Simple as that. And this is the problem with auto trading. People, they have average is $5,000 account. They want to earn $1,000 a day, and sometimes it freaks me out when somebody, I don't know where he's from, what his background with his trading, and say, I have $5,000 account. Can I make $1,000 every day? And that freaks me out, really. I mean, seriously, maybe today you will make $1,000 on a $5,000. What about tomorrow if you have a bad day? It's not hard to make $1,000 on a $5,000, But what about tomorrow if you lose, if you have a bad day? So your $5,000 is no longer $5,000. It could be $4,400, $4,500, or $4,000, because you're not calculating the risk in the future trading. As an example here, if you start in, let's say, the NASDAQ today, and this is your first trade for today, and that trade did go south, you lost 300. So you no longer have 5,000, you have a 4,700. So we need to calculate also the high risk in the future trading. Look at this. So on one trade we made 400. We didn't want to keep it, and now we are giving it away again. And this is, you can sit down all day long trying to recover from a bad decision you have made. And look at this, the ES, we've been on that trade on the YM for over 10 minutes. Nothing has happened. Nothing has happened. It's still a plus minus $40. This one here is over. On that trade now, we've been for over 10 minutes and nothing is going on. This one here is done, is finished, is closed. Nothing going on. We're sitting on idle. There is nothing going on. It goes up a few ticks and then it closed down a few ticks. So guys, again, I swear to God, the way I'm talking, it's like I'm talking to my son. I don't know who's out there. We don't track with anyone. But please take my advice, whether you are our customer or somebody else's customer, doesn't matter. But you have to be a little bit civilized with your daily target. And protect what you have. You know, I made 500, I'm out of here. If you can make $500 on a $5,000, that is 10%, gentlemen. That is 10%. You're not going to be able to make $5,000 on a $5,000 account every day. This is not going to happen. If you look on Monday video, if you start from the beginning, we started around, it was, I don't remember, but it was, I think, it was around 7,000 or something on the same Autotrader. It was around 7,000. Don't get me on that number. It was a plus minus somewhere around there. We stayed on the YouTube for 2 hours. The numbers changed, but we stayed on the 7,000 average. So what we have done in 2 hours, we were going in a circle, but the amount was still the same, and we were just generating commission to the broker. So look at this one. So right now this market is an extreme sideways, and I'm not going to be calling any trade on those today. If we look, we've been talking now for half an hour on the NASDAQ. And we were here in that area. I told you the NASDAQ is not going to go anywhere because it's stuck between a support and a resistance. And if we look at the NASDAQ, nothing has happened with the NASDAQ. We are still on the same levels. And look at this, how nasty it is. This is a really chop and nothing we can do. And the NASDAQ is going back and forth between support and resistance. And as we see here, it is stuck in the channel. And look at this. If we look here from that area here, has nothing happened from that around 10:30, going back and forth. Look at this. How your auto trade gonna make money in here is not. It's gonna lose money. The scalper, which we do, it can pick up a few ticks here and there. I'm not gonna this scalper here because it's driven on a 15 second, and the scalper has picked up a couple of trades on this one here, and now is picking up a few trades on the YM, and the YM is not moving, but this is a scalper, and this is picking up some trades, small trade. $70, $80. It's not swing trading, you know. But on this one here, the market is stuck and it's not going anywhere, so you cannot swing trade this this market at the moment. Let's look at the ES. There is no movement in the ES, and this is really sad for Thursday, because Thursdays usually are the best days, and there is no movement. Absolutely, the market is just drying out, and there is no action at all. So this is very important before you learn how you trade, before you learn how you need to auto trade. You need to learn when to dive into the rain and when to leave the rain. Don't get in the rain with a gorilla. You're gonna lose. You know, when you see things like this, you say, I'm out of here. I'll be back in 15 minutes, and then I see if we are going to generate direction. If we're not generating direction, there is nothing in here to chew on. Leave it alone. Don't poke with it. Leave it alone. You cannot challenge the market. We are not big enough to challenge the market. We don't have enough capital to move the market. We just renting the ES, and we are delivering it by the end of the day. You have no inventory in this market. You don't own anything in this market. You just rent the ES and you deliver it back like you're renting a car. So you have no impact on the market at all. Zero impact. So this is not our fight to challenge the market. It is for us to go with the flow. When the market is moving, we jump in. When the market not moving, we're out of here. This is not our fight. If you stay smart with your thinking, you'll get somewhere with the trading. If you just want to be aggressive and negative about it, oh, I can. It's 10 o'clock. I have not took any trade yet. Don't. I prefer not to take a trade, and now it's 10:50. I prefer not to take a trade and not to lose money than to lose money on that. As you see, we still on the market analyzer an hour ago. We were around 2100, and we still on the 2100. Nothing has changed. And here is the beauty about it. This one here, because hit the target, is not taking any trade. Look, the system has not taken a trade in a very long time. This one here is already done. This one here has not taken a trade in over an hour, and now here there is no trade. It is very smart system, can keep you out of trouble. So we've been 1 hour, and we still on the profit to 2100. Nothing has changed. Nothing has changed. Okay, guys, and look, after we've been half an hour on that trade, now start losing the ground. The market start moving. This is the Nasdaq we were showing you a little bit earlier. We're taking a trade, and it's still on the same. It's been for half an hour, and it's really going on an idle. Nothing has happened. You're just burning yourself for nothing. I'm gonna be quiet for a while until we find some movement, and when I see something going on, I will immediately let you know. Thank you very much. As you see, we have a new signal on the Nasdaq, and it's right there from the market analyzer. And as you see, the minute the market moved, guys, we need to be educated, not just buy and auto trade. Because the market had just moved, we nailed, there we go, another $400 on that trade. You know, and because it just moved, and then it came into the support area, but we broke even. We closed a couple of trades in here with 375. That's very fine. I'm happy with it. So we know what's going on the Nasdaq, because there is a support area at 9089. Folks, we have to be educated. Even if you need to be auto trading, we have to be educated a little bit. We don't need to learn how to trade. We don't need to learn how to trade, but we need to learn, read the market. If you cannot read the market, it's like giving you Ferrari and you don't have a driver license. You're gonna crash it. So we need to understand our situation in the market and what's going on in the market in order for us to trade. You cannot just close your eye and say, it is not my problem. It is your problem to understand what's going on and to be reasonably okay with it. So now we have the ES start kicking in, taking a short trade, and the YM start kicking in, and now we are, because the market is moving. Before it was no trade, and now there is a little movement. Once the market start moving a bit, the market start chasing the market and making money. Let's go on the CL. The CL also start taking a trade when the market start moving. All of them, they activate by themselves. And now we are waiting on, let's look at the YM. So all the condition right now is to the short side. What we need, a little movement to the downside to break even. And once we break even, we are okay. Once we become on a free trade, then we are happy traders. Look at the ES. I think it's flat. It is a flat. We still sit there on idle with the ES. YM took one trade. We still have a 3. And now the market start moving. Once the market start moving, the auto traders start collecting money. If the market not moving, it's not going to collect anything for you. So it's not always the auto trade. It is the market movement. Let's look at the CL. Still exactly where we started with. YM. For the ones that are taking a manual trade, you have an entry on the Nasdaq. If the market did go up on the Nasdaq, you have an entry. You can try it on Sim. I'm not responsible for your trade. If the market go back up again, you have an entry short at 9102, short, limited order, short. The ES is not moving, guys. We're still on idle with an ES. There we go. Plus minus. Plus minus. All day long. Go back to the YM. If this bar goes down and close to the downside, that means this market start kicking in to the downside, and then we are okay. The minute the auto trade start breaking even, I can relax more. We took one trade and we still have three. Very important for that bar to close to the downside. We really need that bar to close to the downside. You can do that temporarily on any kind of auto trade. You can do that temporarily. You can take the trailing stop and put it there. You see that? On the full automated trade, you can do that. And stay for a while, and then it goes back up again. On the ATM, this is for the signal. No matter where you put it, it stays on the ATM. There is a lot of people make mistake between an ATM and full automated. I can take it and it stays, you know. Or but on this one here, and I closed it. You can do that. But on the fully automated trade, stay for a while and it goes back up again where it's belonged to. It's not gonna stay like. Now, the minute this bar closes, that one, this needle is going to go back. So you have a few seconds. You can pull the needle and break even if you think or you got scared when you trade in life. That look at this. All of a sudden, this market start going back. At least now we are on a free ride, and you can put it a +1 tick like this. So that will cover your commission. We had one winner trade. We have one winning trade, and we still have a 3. And now, if you are scared, okay, there we go. We close it to +1 tick because it could be this market. Look at this. I know most of the auto traders will not like to touch anything, but if we see this market going against us, why not close it and get rid of it than to stay with it? Because of this market condition today, I don't want it. Look, now it's going the opposite direction. Why should I be in red? I can just take the needle, close it, and wait on the next trade. And next trade could be a very good trade, you know, and leave it alone. So this is something that you can do where you say, okay, I saved myself $200 bad trade or $100 or $300 bad trade. You know what? I'm gonna break even. Get out of that trade as soon as possible, because eventually, soon or later, you will get in trouble if the market like today is going down. All your system telling you short, you take a short, and which all of us have experienced that on a manual trade. Everything is pointing down. You go ahead and take a short. The minute you take a short, the market goes up. You change direction, you go long, the market goes the opposite direction. And there is nothing you can do to solve it except stay out of trouble. So this is, let's look at the NASDAQ. The NASDAQ switch direction again. I have the NASDAQ on a very tight stop loss, and there we go. And the minute we catch a trend is $1,000. It's finished. Now this one here is breaking even. Let's look at the YM, because what we did, we manually, not in a way, we closed it to cover ourselves, and now the market is changing direction. I think we all can, once in a while, all what I'm asking is for the trader not overtrade, and make sure you break even if you have to take the needle a little bit and break even, at least now on that trade with the NASDAQ. I don't care if this NASDAQ going back the opposite direction or keep going. Either direction, I'm gonna be making money out of that trade. It's finished. Once the break even above your buying price or below your short price, you're done with that trade. Let the market decide for you. That's fine. So on that trade on the NASDAQ right now, I'll leave it alone. I broke even plus a couple ticks. I don't care what is going to happen to that trade. Leave it alone. If you cannot read the market, leave it alone. Let it be. You're happy with the $320, take the needle up and close it. You pick up $300 and you go for the next trade. So either direction, I'm walking away with money out of that trade. That's fine. So I'll leave it alone. Closed. Fine. I'm sorry, I don't know if I had the microphone. Look again, guys, one more time, please. Just for information, and this is the way you know where you're going. If we look at the support area on the ES is 3303 support area, and this is exactly where your symmetry is, 3303. This is exactly where is your symmetry. Excuse me. If we break that area here, you are on a $1,000 trade. If we're not breaking that area and you start scaring you, you can put it at least on a break even. So now your total cost is $5, $10, your total cost, or a plus one tick. Okay? So as we see here the ES, I really would like guys get educated. I don't want you to learn how to trade, but I want you to just look, guys. As we see here at the because of the support area here, so this trade can turn to $1,000 or you can walk away with nothing. And it's all, the number is, the key is 3303. Very simple at the end of it. And what we need to see, the ES breaking the 3303, that means we are on $1,000 trade on that, or we are walking away with nothing. One of the things is that when the market is trying to go back, trying to break that number, you can cash in on $350 and then leave it alone, or you're going to walk away with nothing. But this is also, this is the risk in the future trading. You cannot win it all. And it's up to you how you wanted to play the game. You know, you either walk away with $350 or you're going to walk away with it. Now the ES is going back, trying to test those levels and trying to break it. Very, very simple. If we break that line 3303, there is no stop on the ES. There is no stop. From now till 12 o'clock, there is no stop. The key is 3303. Let's watch. Being educated does not hurt, especially when it's free. You don't have to, I mean, it's totally free education. And I don't see why anyone, I wish I had somebody 20 years ago sit down and tell me the way it is. And yeah, again, 20 years ago, I thought I was smarter than the market, and I didn't need anyone telling me what can I do, what cannot do either. And then I learned the hard way, nobody is very smart for the market. You have to be extremely conservative. So now it is the game on the YM, NASDAQ, everything 3303. Simple. Your ES is the best indicator in the house telling you what's going on in the market. Still the 500 company. And if this ES not breaking the 3303 is 1124, you know, I'll go early lunch and come back if you want to, and then try to see if this market have any loosening, you know, if there's any trending, or leave it for today and come back tomorrow and trying to see if there is something in there. Better than to sit down and try to lose money or anything. So again, now is 1124. and the ES is trying one more time to break the 3303. So let's look at it. This is a different where you're going to walk away on that trade, $1,000, or you're not going to walk away with anything. And the fun part, this is something, the YM is sitting on a standby. Don't think the YM is doing any better. The YM is sitting on the standby waiting on the ES. So the market right now, we are waiting on Mr. James Bond here, 007, to see if he's able to break 3303 or not. So is the market short? Yes, technically the market's short. And it's not a break in those level. It's not strong enough to go and break the 3303. There we go. You got it. We're out of it. We're done. We're out of it. There is nothing. Folks, there is nothing anymore in today's trade, and I was hoping that ES is going to break the 3303, and it did not. So nothing is happening, and I don't want to continue, and some people, they're not going to get it. They're going to continue banging their head through the walls with this market. When I see the market like this, I step away. And believe me or not, I can trade an empty chart. I don't need anything to. And when I see things like this is where most of the traders, even auto traders, they're gonna end up in losses. So again, to this question, if somebody yesterday called me and say, how much you think you're gonna make on Thursday? And I had a guy calling me yesterday. I said, how much you think tomorrow it will be? I said, I have no idea. And now you know why I have no idea. Because today, the market, how I need to find out from yesterday that the ES is not going to able to break the 3303. So we were in a fine line between making $1,000 on that trade and walk away with nothing. And we walked away with nothing. So I cannot just look in the crystal ball yesterday and say, well, the 3303 today is not going to break. You know, so this is how it is with the trading. You cannot say, before you buy any auto trade, anywhere, even from us, before you ask that question, if I have a $5,000, how much you think I'm going to be making next month? Could be one big banana, nothing. And it could be you walk away with your $5,000 can walk away with $15,000. It depends on the market movement. It's not the auto trade itself. The auto trade took the right trade, the right time, and it got rejected from 3303. And when the market got rejected from the 3303, it's like a pinball machine, now is trying to break the 3305. And that you cannot predict what is going to happen tomorrow, and you cannot predict what is going to happen Monday. Could be tomorrow you're going to be nailing $10,000 in the trades, and you will be done in half an hour, or could be dragged like today till 11:29, and we just picked up a few ticks here and there, nothing happened. And it is all about the market movement. And this is today, I'm trying to bring the traders to the reality and don't get excited about some commercials telling you that you're going to be earning $50,000 and $100,000 a month. by just auto trading. They forgot to tell you that you need to be aware of the market movement before you even touch your account. They forget that part. Yes, an auto trade can make on an auto trade. I have seen a DAX making 10,000 euro within 2 hours in the morning. And I have seen the DAX, this 10,000 euro, fly out in the afternoon, and you break even at the end of the day with nothing in your hand. I'm not saying you have to be a professional trader, but I need to say you have to be modest with your thinking and try to understand what's going on in the market. You don't need to be emotionally involved with the trade, but at least we need to read what's going on. We need to read what's going on in the market today. If you don't do that, stay away from that business, because you're going to hurt yourself. This is not a sell talk. I'm scaring you. This is not a sell talk, but it is a reality. If you do not look at the market, you're not going to get anywhere, And don't go ahead and borrow money to buy a Ninja Trader license and ask for financing and try to talk. And he got to ask his wife, and he can do it. And he's a truck driver. He don't have time to trade, or he is running a empire business and he don't have time to trade, whatever that is. No, you have to look at the chart, whatever the reason is, whether your wife is making you do the dishes, or you're driving a truck, or you're driving big corporation. You have to look at the market. If you don't look at the market before you start trading, you're gonna end up in a disaster. It's not just a dream by buying an auto trade, borrow Ninja Trader license, and now you're on the way to the heaven. Nobody talk like me on a YouTube live. Nobody say it the way it is. Everybody that want to come out, they say, here, look, I made $1,000 on that auto trade. And today they show you 1 minute, tomorrow they show you Renko board, the day after line break. He never can able to show you one time frame for 2 days on the road. Don't fall into those traps, guys. Nobody is gonna say you have a beautiful brown eyes, let him win that trade. In the market, you're just a number. We are no one. This is reality, and I'm trying to get everyone to reality. Take it or leave it. Criticize me as much as you want, but God, honest truth, this is the way it is. Why I'm doing this, what I'm saying that, why I'm getting tired of it, because I am bored with amateur traders, and they are daydreaming day and night, and they are not waking up to reality. You need to wake up to we're not desperate to sell software. And for an amateur trader, I prefer him to go somewhere else. Honestly, I don't want to babysit anymore. I'm tired. If a serious trader, he gets all the respect, but those amateur traders, my doors are closed. I don't want to even talk to them. So this is the reality, guys. It's not a sell talk, because I don't want to sell amateur guy anymore. I've had enough of those. For 10 years, we've been screaming the same song and nothing has happened. I'm not into it anymore. Now, if you want to take a last look on this auto trade, look, took a short again and a broke even again. Nothing is happening. Nothing is happening. On the YM, we still on the same song for half an hour on one trade. How are you going to get money? How are you going to get money? We've been on the same trade for half an hour. The longer you are on a trade, it's not going to your favor. It's working against you. It's no longer working with you anymore. It's working against you. Today, it is a day where 95% of amateur traders, they will be losing money. The guy have 5,000, now he's down to 2,500. The guy have 10,000, he's down to 7,000 today. Why? He couldn't read the problem. He couldn't read the problem in the market. And the secret is he thinks his instruments are not working. He cannot recognize this market is not tradable. If you ask me today on that one here, ES, Nasdaq Dow Jones, We have a trade from the signal here on a Russell. And here is a CL. And say, Sam, find me trade. I say, I have nothing. And we get a messages sometimes on the Skype. Sam, where do you think I should take a short on a CL? I don't know. I don't think. What I see is not tradable. I'm out of here. I'm going an early lunch. It's finished. Yes, there is a risk. I can take a risk, and if you are on a sim, follow me on that. I can give you trade. I can give you short trade on the CL, limited order, right here, right now, 58.83. I can read the trade right there, short, limited order. Yes, sir. But do I need to sit down and poke with that when the market is sideways? No. I'm going to leave it alone because this trade right now, and as you see, mark my word on it, take a short trade on a sim on right now, market order. Take a sim, market order. Oh, yeah. I can see trade here, but I don't want to call it. It's finished. This market is not for me today. It's 12 o'clock. I'm out of here. It's almost 12 o'clock. This 20 minutes is not going to make a difference. I'm out of here. I don't want to mess with it. But if you take a short here, it is a winning trade. There's only one trade out of 6 chart here. There is only one trade. It's tradable. Nothing has happened. Let me show you. YM is struggling. ES is struggling. And here's the fun part. YM is going the wrong direction. NASDAQ. We have a long NASDAQ, short ES, and a short YM, and a long NASDAQ. It is like a drunk guy going down the hill with a bus with no steering wheel and no brakes. He might get lucky with one, but this is not trading. This is gambling. There is a very fine line between gambling and trading. If I cannot read what's going on in the market, leave it alone. Leave it alone. Protect your money. Protect yourself. Because once this market go under your skin, and if you have a $5,000, today you lost $500 out of the $5,000, the minute this market penetrates your skin, you're out of control. Why? Now you're not thinking right. You're not thinking straight. Now you're thinking about revenge trade, and you want to get your money back. And now what happened? You start diving into wrong trades. The biggest things is when you started bad, stop it. Stop it immediately. There is a lot of psychology in the trading. You have to distance yourself emotionally from the trading. And it is very hard when you first started with your hard money coming from working, hard money coming from driving, hard money from driving a small business, a restaurant, a small hotel, hard money to, this is the hard money you cannot avoid to be emotionally involved with your trade. And when you are losing your first $500 out of a $5,000, now you're not thinking, you're out of control. And that's it. The market went right under your skin. It's not going to let you go. And then you start making mistake. Before you know it, you turn around after 1 week. Your 5,000 shrink into 25, and now you are trying to refuge to an auto trade. You want an auto trade to get your money back. You don't know how to auto trade. You don't know how to manage an auto trade, and then you're gonna be whacked with the other 2,500. The way I say it, there is no one on YouTube wanna say it. But this is non-commercial education. And I'm going to say it the way it is. You can criticize me. You don't like me. I don't care. You like me. You're very welcome. But it is time for somebody to come out and speak honest to God true. Not everyone buy a license with Ninja Trader is going to be trader. Not. If you don't work hard, you're not going to go anywhere with it. Working hard by reading the market. I'm not asking you to learn how to trade and bring you to trading room and collecting $500 out of you every month. This is not it. I'm telling you the way it is. I'm teaching, and I will be, the last 2 years, I've been teaching how to trade. And this year, I wanted to concentrate how to manage an auto trade and how to look at the market before you start auto trading, whether you own an auto trade from us or you auto trade from, because I know that guy you bought the auto trade from, he's not gonna go on a YouTube live and sit down and bust his head every day 2 hours trying to educate you. He's not gonna do that. He's not going to go live, embarrass himself with his auto trade in front of everyone. You know that. I know that. But I don't care. We are in a position we don't care anymore about sell, So this is the way it is. Criticize me, love me, hate me, whatever it is. Soon or later, 3, 6, 1 year from now, you say, I better go back to this crazy guy and listen to what he said. And that's exactly what I have done. When I first started, I had to fly back to Switzerland, chasing those guys again, the ones I rejected, listen to them, and inviting them to a restaurant. And I said, tell me everything you told me 5 years ago. I was an idiot, So one day you can wake up to reality. That's it. And I wish you the best, from the bottom of my heart. I wish every single trader the best. And I wish you will have a happy trading this year. But it's okay if I pick on you and use a little strong words here to wake you up. Take me as a big brother. It's fine with me. But it is time for somebody, slap a little bit and say, wake up to reality, And I'll do my best trying to, I'll try my best, whether you are our client or somebody else's client, he forgot to tell you about it. I'll try my best to teach this year how to read the market before you auto trade. And what I will do in the morning, I'll try to read the market for you, and whatever auto trade you are using, I will tell you what's going on, what I can see. If this will help you, it will be my pleasure, And if it's not, one thing, don't do. Don't go pay a guy to be in a trading room to call the trade for you. You're wasting time and money. Why? I have no doubt he's the smartest man. But what it is, we need to learn ourselves. How about if this guy jumped out of a balcony? He was in love with somebody and he didn't work and he drank a vodka and jumped out of a balcony. What's he going to do after that? What's he going to do? So your trading career is out because this guy, you're paying him to call the trade for you, is jump out of a balcony? I mean, what you want to do? It is rely on yourself to learn. And this is a free education. We're not collecting email. We're not collecting money. And I can make you pay for on a YouTube. I'm not doing this. So get your head together and learn while we're still in the mood to do that. We cannot be forever on a YouTube. I'm bored with it. I want to say thank you very much. I apologize if I was a little bit hard on somebody today, and I don't mean it. Just take me as a big brother. I want the best for all of you, and God bless you, every single one of you. And we'll see you tomorrow on Friday. Bye for now.